All we need is some scrap clay and at least one bowl. You can also use the spherical light bulbs for this, only that you'll have to cut out the bottom as well. Your scrap clay has to be on the thickest setting, and all you have to do is to gently push it against the bowl until it fits perfectly. Now the challenge here will be to cut an even edge. You will have to have one bowl that is uninterrupted, and very careful not to trap any air pockets in there, because that would really be a disaster. I mean, no kidding. That is a good thing that I recommend, is to bake on glass bowls, because you can look on the inside and see if you have any air pocket trapped in there. As I said, the biggest challenge is to cut that edge perfectly straight and perfectly even. The evenness actually doesn't even matter a lot, because you can even it out after you bake it by sanding. You place a piece of very low grit sandpaper on the table, and you place the bowl face down, and you simply rub it on in circular motions until you get a perfectly even and smooth edge. But this part is the most challenging. So first do a brunt trim, and then I usually on these bowls, and you can find them in my Amazon influencer store, on these bowls I kind of take as a point of reference that little lip. Most bowls do have a lip. Even if it doesn't have a lip, just take the edge of the bowl as your reference line, and then try to cut a perfect line. On the other half of because the whole little matcha bowl is made out of two of these bowls put one on top of the other. The other challenge is to make the second one at the same size. You need to cut the edge at the same distance from the edge of the bowl. That is very important, otherwise they would not fit. If you have a humongous biscuit cutter, you can use that to get yourself a perfect a point of reference line. As I said, I usually get the lip of the bowl as point of reference, and I go about 2 millimeters under it. Another thing that you can do is to get a permanent marker and then go with the ruler and mark points on the inside of the bowl at even distances from the edge of the bowl, and then take those points and just cut in a line between them. But once again, that is the most important thing, that your edge will be perfectly straight, and not only that, but that the second shape bowl that you do has the exact same distance, because they have to be exactly the same so they can fit together. Now for the upper part of the bowl, what I usually do, I get just a plain simple circle cutter, and here, yeah, that's a minor challenge to place it exactly in the middle. You want it exactly in the middle for your little matcha bowl vessel, whatever you want to do, not to look tilted. Of course, you can do a whimsical thing and, you know, make the opening all the way to one side, but if you want to make a perfectly symmetrical vessel, make sure that you place it exactly in the middle. So create one with an opening and one that is complete, and then bake them for 45 minutes, and this is what you would get, and that's how you would sand to obtain this perfect smooth edge. Next thing, you get about 3/4 of an inch wide strip. Again, that would be on the thickest setting, kind of measuring it around the bowl so it would be not too small. Then smear it with Bacon Bond, and I should insist on the Bacon Bond, not on liquid clay, because Bacon Bond gives you a much better cohesion and adherence. Then place it on the bottom bowl lip, about half inside and half outside. Make sure that all the strip has Bacon Bond very nicely smeared, covering everything. And then place it on the bottom half of your bowl. As I said, half of it should be inside the bowl, half of it should be above the edge. And then press it very, very firmly into place. In order to place the top part, you'll have to kind of bring all that edge inside, because obviously the top part has a little bit of an incline, so you need to make sure that it fits inside perfectly. You don't get it to fold backwards over the edge lip. And then once you have it in place, you simply press it nicely, and then on the inside put your finger inside and press it against that opening, that joining edge, while at the same time keeping the two pieces joined together with your other hand. Place some more Bacon Bond right on the joining of the pieces. You can do that when they are not fully together, so you'd get some of the Bacon Bond inside. Can you put the Bacon Bond before putting them together? Yeah, but from experience I'm going to tell you that you're going to have a lot of issues, because it's going to stick all over the place and it will be hard to put the top part in. Then all you have to do is to press that inside strip nicely inside. Of course, if you do a translucent bowl, like a faux gemstone that would be translucent, obviously you will do this with translucent clay, so it will keep some translucency. And no worries, even if it is just one thickness, it will hold up properly when you bake it. It will not collapse on itself. Then once you put the veneer on top, you will have absolutely no more fear of it coming apart. So pretty much this is it, after which you bake it for another 45 minutes, and then gently sand that edge that's got a little bit of a pointy aspect to it. You want to make it just a pinch rounder, and I normally use a 400 grit sandpaper, after which everything is fine. And after baking, you can use your veneer on it, and again, place Bacon Bond wherever you see that there might be any kind of danger of them coming apart. If you want to make sure that they stay together, you can put some masking tape to bind them together while they are baking. The masking tape will come right off. That is not a problem, you know, or painter's tape, that kind of tape that's made out of paper. Do not use another kind of tape, because it will melt in the oven, but the paper tape works just fine. And don't use something else, no wire, no nothing, because it will leave marks on the clay. But yeah, you are pretty much ready to bake it, and let's see how it looks like once it is baked and ready to put a veneer on. And this is how it looks like. Make sure that it cools off completely before putting the veneer on it. And yeah, this is it. Happy claying!